Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am F-Bomb Cheetah. I'm here to do another video about Distrupter PvP builds. Now those of you who are doing PvP for the first time, you might want to check this out. This is a budget build. This is a Distrupter PvP budget build. So this is pretty simple. I'd like to talk about the ship first of all. The ship, Engineering Pilot Escort, is probably one of the cheapest ships you could get PvP to start out with. It's 3,000 Zen in the C-store, but it goes down to 50% off, so 1,500 actually. And that's not a bad choice. You want it for the pilot abilities. We'll get into the pilot abilities later on. But right now, we'll check out this weapon. Distrupter Wide Angle Dual Heavy Beam Tank. Now, the reason why this is good, it does about 3,400 damage, so that's pretty cool. The proc is really good. Debuff, 2.5% chance to minus 10 all damage resistance for 15 seconds. And to target hit, does not stack by the way, minus 30 all damage resistance. That's pretty cool. Now, you usually want abilities that stack, but this is still pretty good on its own. 30%. Minus 30 all damage distance is still pretty good. For 5 seconds is a small window, but you can make it work. It's still good. The Alachis are really good. They also do minus 30 damage. Yeah, they do also 2.5% chance to plus 50 armor pen and 100% shield pen. So that's pretty cool. That's actually a really good weapon, and 3 of these have them. You could go 3 of these, which is the normal disruptors, but it's penetration, armor pen. If you go, instead of 3 Alachis and 1, you can go all 4 of the pen disruptors. Because if you do, they stack actually. All stacks with this weapon have 10 armor pen. So if you did have 4, you'll have 40 armor pen. So that's pretty cool. And its proc is not bad too. To target, 2.5% chance, minus 10 all damage resistance. Now I know 2.5% chance seems a little low, but it will proc. It will go off. You'll have that debuff. You'll have to time it right though. Like, everything's about timing in PvP. If you have your timing impeccably good, then you're going to do well in PvP. We'll go into the Martok set. This one in the Omni. Shield capacity, that's pretty cool. And flight turn rate, that's pretty cool too. But what you want it for is the bonus, the 2-piece bonus. Plus 2.5% critical chance and plus 15 accuracy rating. That's pretty cool. I mean, with this and this one, which does plus 3.9% critical chance, it's really good to have critical chance, because the more chance you have to hit a critical, the more chance you have to hit a good critical severity, pretty much. They go together. So your crit chance is a chance to hit a critical severity. Your crit severity is how much damage you'll hit on a crit. So if they're both pretty high, you're going to do pretty good damage. Which brings me to my next point, which would be the, hold on. I forgot where it was. Anyway, disruptor damage. This one does disruptor damage. It's not bad. Now this is a budget build, so if you did want to go the extra mile, then I suggest to go with the DPRM. If you're a Klingon, you can get the DPRM on the exchange right now. You can't get them on the boxes anymore, but you can get them in the exchange. I mean, it's cheaper to do Klingons right now still. So if you were Klingon, then this piece right here would be a good piece. Really good piece. It does a bonus damage 40%. That's a Cat 2. That's pretty good. Cat 2 is category 2, which means the percentage and bonus is category 2. If it was just percentage, it'd be category 1. If it was just the 40 plus 40, it'd be category. It wouldn't be category. It would be flat. And flat is not really that great. You want cat 1s and cat 2s. That's why this is a good cat 2, because 40% is actually quite a bit. Bonus. 40% bonus is actually. Moving along. These are really good. You can't go around these. Like I put them in this budget build because they only cost about 8,500 dilithium to get each. The thing is though, they also cost 50,000 fleet credits. So unless you put donations in your fleet, you won't be able to get these, and they're 50,000. So that's where it gets pricey. You know, a little pricey. Just donations. If you play for fleet marks, then you can get fleet credits pretty good. I mean, I think 1,000 fleet marks is about almost 50,000 fleet credits. So there is that, and I got 4 of them. And you want it for what's here, down here, plus 5,000 hull healing. I mean, that's really good. 5% of max hull. You know, so, and it also does 1,000 shield regen. So you can't go wrong with these. They stack as well, so they do about altogether 20,000 hull healing and about 4,000. I have 4, so about 4,000 altogether shield regen, and it's not bad. If we go into our stats again, you'll see that the damage resistance. The hull repair rate is 336 right now. That's because of this 2-piece. The 2-piece right here. If you take this away, it wouldn't look like that anymore. Put it back on. Hold on, I think I did that a little fast for you guys. Yeah, see, 216 hull repair rate. And also the hull goes down as well. Anyway, if we put that back on, you'll see that it goes up because of the bonus that it does with the warp core. If you go down to the bonus 2-piece, it does about plus 100% hull regen. That's really good. I definitely recommend the 2-piece. That's in the Discovery. You know, the wide angle's also in the Discovery. That's also a 2-piece, and that gives a crit severity. That's what I was gonna say. Crit severity. There you go. That this 2-piece is a crit severity. So your crit severity will increase, as I was saying before. Anyway, we're past that. Sorry about that. Damage resistance is at 50 only because, of this piece right here. Bingo. It does all damage. You can get this in the reputations as well. I forget where, but it's not a bad hunt. It's in the reputations, that's all I can say. It narrows it down pretty well though. Hull capacity. I think this could be in the Discovery as well, actually. It's a good piece to have, especially for defense. A little bit of survivability, you definitely want that. This is a good piece right here. I like this piece. One of my favorites. Not only it gives you accuracy rating, plus 30, its proc is really good. It's a good debuff. Minus 50 all damage resistance. Not many debuffs will do minus 50, so this is a really good debuff. Minus 30 on all damage, so he'll get weaker. And it'll also get slowed down quite a lot. Like minus 33.3%. Now they're all cat 1s, but that's still pretty good. They're all high numbers. So it's actually a not bad debuff. Really well done. I think I love that console. It's really good. There's this one. This is a deflector, the Gemidar deflector. It's in the story missions. It does stealth detection and starship perception, as well as control expertise, which does a lot of damage. But perception and stealth detection is good for PvP because you can see the guy a little more. You know what I mean? You'll be able to see him on his placates. He won't be able to hide from stealth anymore. So perception does placates, and the detection, I think, will do stealth. It'll help you see on stealth. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I think that's about right. Uh, moving along to starship traits. Invincible is really good. Unkillable for 8 seconds. It's really nice, but be wary of science characters. There will be science tunes that have sub-nuke, and it'll disable unkillable. The unkillable on this starship trait. Shield overload. This is good for a little bit of defense. Now it's usually for cruisers, but I like to use it on my littler ships for a little extra defense. It's really good. You can go a little more. You can do a shield build. I'm going to show you that actually right now. So with this one, it does resistance for 30 seconds. That's really good. 30 seconds is half a minute. That's a lot. So if you actually mix that, now here I'm going to show you a little secret. Now it's for a different kind of build, but there is this little piece, Terran Task Force. Now if we put that on, it does 22,000 on shield capacity. So you mix that with shield overload. Your shields are tough. They're really actually pretty tough. Now everything else goes down, but you can fix the hull repair rate if you do the Task Force shield with another deflector. Now you'll take away the detection and the perception, but you'll have your regen again. See? Everything will pretty much be the same. Your hull will be a little bit low, but that's okay. You're going to rely on your speed, which brings me to my next piece, which is the prevailing fortified impulse engines. These guys will do a good proc on a hull heal or a shield heal, bridge officer ability. It'll do plus 350% flight speed, flight turn rate for 5 seconds, and then 15 defense rating for 5 seconds, and 10% increased recharge speed on engineering bridge officer abilities for 10 seconds, and that's really good. Your recharge rate, that's really good. You want it to do that. You want to have a smaller cooldown on all your abilities, especially on beam overload. Excuse me. What else can we talk about? Going back to starship traits, there's hit and run, which is really good. Does a cat do damage. It also does plus 75 damage resistance rating on invasive maneuvers, and while upon invasive maneuvers expiration, it does a plus 20% bonus all damage for 8 seconds, and plus 30% critical severity for 8 seconds. So you'll hit pretty hard for 8 seconds. It's a small window, but if you can time it right, it's pretty decent. There's a debuff here, super area denial, pretty good debuff. Minus 30 all damage resistance rating for 5 seconds if you look down there to target. And scatter volley will proc this, and scatter volley will also proc this one as well, which is a Cat 1, but it's a pretty high Cat 1, plus 100% damage to beam overload. That's pretty high Cat 1. For those of you who are thinking, why should I do beams, why can't I do cannons? Well, beams are pretty much the meta. Everybody uses beams in PvP. You really want to use beams. Their recharge is 1 second, while if you do a cannon, it's 3 seconds. So you'll hit pretty fast, and there are abilities where you can get haste. So haste is pretty much for your weapons. You'll hit even faster, so you'll always be able to hit with beam overload at 10 seconds cooldown as well. So there is that. Going back to these are good. This is from the engineering R&D. Give your all. So if you get your R&D up, you can go faster with using the lithium. But if you don't, then you're pretty much doing it for free. You're pretty much getting it for free. So that's why it's in the budget build. fragment of AI tech is really good. It's Cat 1, but it's actually an excellent Cat 1. Plus, it also gives their control expertise. So, you know what I mean? Like, this ability is great. Plus 26% energy weapon damage based on control expertise. So it comes with control expertise already. And then this build also has a bunch of control expertise if you didn't already notice. This one has a control expertise right there. This one. I'm not sure if anything else does. I'm not sure if this one does. But if we go back to the original build, this one does. Control expertise. So you're hitting pretty hard. I don't know if you noticed the fluctuation on the weapons. They actually fluctuated pretty hard there. Okay, there's that. And yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. I hope you guys were satisfied on that video. I am F-Bomb Cheetah. I will see you later.